black widow spider, Erlactroductus machans. This is the deadliest spider in the United States. These spiders' toxicity is comparable to the Mojave rattlesnake. They outdo the western diamondback rattlesnake by 4 times, and they're twice as toxic as the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. And today we have one to unbox, so we're going to pick him up and see what all the hype is about. What's up, Venom fans? Venom Man 20 here tonight, and tonight in this jar we have the deadliest or most toxic spider from the United States. And we're going to be setting him up inside this big jar here with all this. So we're going to go ahead and build this out and put him in there. That's going to require a little bit of handling. So please don't try anything you're about to see inside this video, but do enjoy. So we have this large jar that I actually picked up from a thrift store. We're going to go ahead and put some white sand down in there. I think that the white sand will actually give quite a good contrast to the Black Widow, although she's probably never actually going to be down on the substrate. It'll also make it easier to clean because I'll be able to see any debris that she leaves behind from her feeding, like the husk of crickets and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and smooth that out. I do have a rock I'm going to put down in there next. This rock gives a nice little contrast. I think it's very rough. It looks like it's got some fossils in it, just something I found inside the backyard. I got a fake plant to add a little bit of color. I think this will be a nice little touch, plus she can build little webs all over these fake leaves. It's just an air plant. I don't think a real air plant would live in there because hopefully the humidity never gets that high. And then lastly, I got a piece of wood that actually looks like it's pretty dry, so it would come from their type of habitat because widows like it pretty dry. So we're going to try to stand that up so she can actually climb up that and build a web around this entire enclosure because they love their webs. I could put more sticks in there. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it over time. This actually turned out looking quite a bit more tropical than I would like. Lastly, I am going to have to drill the top to put a vent in and possibly some lights. So since we have the container all set up and we know what he's going into, although it turned out looking a little bit more tropical than I would like, we'll go ahead and set that to the side. It is time to open up the Black Widow and see how she did. There we go, just a little bit of electrical tape. Thought it was tape better than that. Oh hey, she isn't huge. She's still probably a little young, but just a cool looking spider. Too bad this is tinted because you really can't see in there to see how cool she looks. But I mean, might as well get her out and check her out in real life, right? Let's go ahead and do that. So it might end up being a real chore trying to get her out of this little tiny jar. We're going to see, but she's already built a web in here, so this might actually be a little fun. But let's talk a little bit about the Black Widow. So widow spiders in general are actually found on every continent in the world except for Antarctica. They are very prevalent. This is not the most toxic of all the widow spiders. I do believe that the Mediterranean widow is more toxic, and the redback in Australia is more toxic. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab my knife and see if I can't ease her out that way. But these guys definitely have a medically significant bite. Now when I say guys, that's just how I talk, because actually only the female Black Widows are the toxic ones. The males don't really look anything like this, and they're not that toxic at all. All spiders have the potential to bite in theory, and all spiders do carry venom, but it's not worth talking about. Finally got her out. Look at her. She's beautiful. She's kind of hard to see here, but just gorgeous. She's already running a web so she can repel away from me. But just very, very beautiful spiders. Now, typically these are nocturnal. They're found in very hot, very dry areas. But in all honesty, in the United States, these guys are very sparse. They are almost everywhere. You can find them all the way Virginia, Maryland. You can find them out in California. You can find them in Missouri. They're literally all the way across the board. They're all the way down in Texas, and they're even up into parts of Canada. Now these have a lactrotoxin, which is actually just a toxin that's a high molecular weight neurotoxin, which is what makes these guys so dangerous. Now, to put it into perspective, I do believe that the last person to actually die from a widow bite here in the United States was actually in 2003. So that was like 17 years ago as of the filming of this video. So these are not an extremely toxic spider. Not only that, they have the ability to control how much venom they give you. They can give you a dry bite, which means that, in my theory, that they're actually intelligent. They know if you're trying to hurt them or not, which is pretty amazing. I just love these guys because, number one, they're beautiful and they're very fun to watch. I mean, this is a cool looking spider. They don't really get much cooler than this. Just that jet black and that eerie looking, I don't know, they're just cool. I like them a lot. But it is really hard to keep this girl on my hands. I'm not gonna lie. She's making this difficult. Now, I do want to mention that if you guys want updates on this spider, or if you want more bug-related content, just go ahead and leave it down into the comments that you do want to see more. Like this video, let me know. Blow this video up, let me know that you want to see more, because next I could do a velvet ant or a cow killer, because I do have one of those that I'm actually going to be setting up here very soon. But past that, let's go ahead and get her back into her enclosure. So this is her new little home. She'll live quite well in here. We'll go ahead and put her down in there. And just a very beautiful spider. If you guys want updates on this spider per se, just go ahead and let me know, and I will make plenty more videos of her. If you guys don't seem to enjoy this video very much, we'll just go ahead and stick to the snakes and the crocodilians and venomous lizards and stuff like that. I do have a velvet ant I'm going to be setting up here very soon if you guys care to see that, or a cow killer as they're more commonly known. It's one that I definitely don't want to get stung by, but I wouldn't mind holding it just to see what they're like, because I think I can get by with handling it. Not exactly sure. I guess we could test this theory. But anyway, thank you so much for checking out the video. We'll be back to normal content this coming week, so Tuesday and Saturday we'll have an upload. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.